Hey, what's going on, guys? Phil here. Welcome back to some MechWarrior Online news. We've got a new chassis coming, the Bane. Now, this is a classic mech that's been requested forever, and mainly for one particular reason. 14 ballistic hard points. That's right, 14. The new Axeman retro design is live on the store, nogutsnogalaxy.net. Use retro15 to get 15% off all orders store-wide. Enjoy. Now, we're going to go into details of what this pack means. Of course, when it's coming out, it ships November 19th of 2024. That's really actually not too far away. Now, speculation on the side, just want to toss this out here. I think the mech is coming to MechWarrior Online because it's actually going to be launched with MechWarrior 5 clans. That's, again, just my speculation. I don't have anything to back that up, but just like the Stone Rhino came to MWO, I think it's going to make its way from clans to the game. And I'm actually interested to see if there's going to be any other new chassis that we don't know about that are going to be coming to MechWarrior Online in the future. That all being said, we have a lot to dive in here. I'm going to go over what's in front of you. This is the Leviathan as far as the hero of this. And this is a mech pack. This isn't a legendary. So again, this is going to be one of those things where, you're going to be able to buy and you're going to get direct access to it. So let's go ahead and dive in. The first thing I'm going to point out on this announcement is high mount city. Everything is high mounts. There is no low mounts on this. This is all just ridiculously high. If we just look at the concept art, if it's anything like it, you can pretty much see that the weapons are in line with the cockpit, and anything on the right or left shoulder is also going to be high. So what does that mean to me? This is going to be one of those mechs that if you see it, you click your fire button, you're going to be hitting your target. It's not going to be obstructed by anything as far as low mounts. And for me, that's actually a big point to, make here. I think this is going to be a pretty nasty build. You look at like the Direwolf. The Direwolf has relatively low mounts in the arms, but as far as the other chassis to compare it to that we have out there, again, the Axum is another one with the Stone Rhino, all high mounts. So again, I think this is going to perform really nice. Also to note, this is not an Omni mech. This is a battle mech, right? So it's going to get the benefits of a Clan XL. It's going to get the benefits of Clan double heat sinks, crits only taking 2 slots, Indo and Pharaoh, and so forth and so on. So let's go ahead and jump in here and I'll talk about all the little details, but this paint scheme is the Leviathan. Why is it Leviathan? Also because it's known as the Kraken. So again, another camo pattern, just like the Atlas Kraken as well. But visually, again, quite a unique looking mech. I would say the only negative here I can see on this particular design is how wide the arms are. Just like the Night Star or some of the wider mechs like the Fafnir and so forth, you do run into potential convergence issues. But other than that being said, I think the high mounts are just going to sort of negate any downside here. Here you can see the sort of standard camo here, and then here's the cockpit items. And again, we won't know what the war horn sounds like, but again, you're gonna have access to this. It's not like the legendaries where you have to grind to get them. This you're just gonna have right off the bat, which I actually prefer. Anyways, let's go dive in here. Again, it looks like collector's packs, $40. You can do add-ons, 15 each here, or you can just get, again, the big ultimate pack, which is $70. This is quite standard for MWO. I do think the pricing is still high, but at the end of the day, this is what they've sort of stuck with throughout, and I don't see that changing. So if you want to check out what specifically you get all the accoutrements, the C-bills, the GSP, the MC, the war horns, and so forth, and the hanging cockpit items. And keep that in mind is these hanging cockpit items do stack. So, you get premium time, that stacks on top of premium mech bonus, that stacks on top of a C-bill booster. And if you're smart, you've picked up the tournament support pack that also gives you 10%. It's $10. Go support the tournament, but also just get yourself an extra. All this stacks. It's so many C-bills. It's ridiculous. And that goes till May, by the way. Let's go and scroll down here because I feel like this is really what you guys came for. And let's talk about the hard points here. Let's talk about what I envision being strong anyway, let's just talk. First off, no jump jets. Across all of these, variants. There's no jump jets. There is one with ECM. That is the Bane 6. Okay. All the rest have no special jump jets, no ECM. Also, I don't believe any mask. Yeah, no mask. So again, you're not going to run into a 100-ton a la, Colossus running at you at like 90 kph or a Spirit Bear. First things, let's go check out the Bane 1. And this is the, of course, special. You also just have the Bane 1. 14 ballistics, 5 in each arm, and then 4 in the right torso with AMS. Now, it does come with a 300 XL, and because it comes with an XL, it's clan tech. You can, I don't think that's as a detriment. I think pretty much all of them do out there. I don't think we have any setups that really do standard engines for the most part. But if you notice here on the high mounts here, all of them are in the arm, sort of in a star formation. And then these are the machine guns in the right torso. And again, you can sort of see how high these are in comparison. I don't think you're going to have any issues with them. Now, with this being said, this comes with 10 UAC 2s with 4 machine guns. Now, there is something special that we need to address right off the bat for this mech, and that's actually being addressed in a post by Teos. So let's go ahead and hop over there really quick. All right, so here we are on the forums, and Teos already posted this, so I'm just going to go to read verbatim. So you guys might have noticed a piece of equipment in the Bane Leviathan called the Modified Ballistic Loader. I'm sure you all wonder what it does. We're still ironing out the final details, so I won't give any stats, but here's the working in-game description for that item. The Modified Ballistic Loader allows a mech to load experimental ammunition to change its weapon behavior. Due to the changes in how autocannons and Gauss rifles operate, the Modified Ballistic Loader also contains a rudimentary targeting computer to help with mech compensation. Due to how complex the inner workings of the loader is, it is fused to the chassis of the mech and cannot be removed. That's actually a key sort of point here. Is it's going to be a sort of a hard locked equipment, and you're not going to be able to remove it. Experimental ammunition, what does that do? The Modified Ballistic Loader's locked item exclusive to the Leviathan that will convert UAC and ACs to single shot ballistics. This will not apply to LBX weapons. The loader will also convert Gauss and HAG rounds into flechette rounds that spread. Clan Gauss will essentially become Silver Bullet Gauss on the Leviathan, and HAG will become a rapid fire LB, I guess, question mark. I don't know, I'm not sure if there's an analog I can give the players that I've already seen. As for rudimentary T-Comp, it will have the weapon benefits of T-Comp 1, as such range, velocity, etc., but it will not have the sensor, zoom, or targeting boost. As the loader contains a T-Comp, you will not be able to put another one on the mech. So it restricts you as far as you're not going to be able to load up like a T-Comp, 7 or 6 or 2 or whatever. There you have it. Since Modified Loader is locked to the Leviathan, there's no way around that ballistic weapon change, behavior change. So if you want normal Gauss, HAG, AC, UX, then you got to use a different variant. We're still deliberating on things like spread for Gauss rounds, whether or not we want velocity or stat changes on single shot ACs and other things like that. So no stats just yet. Got to wait until release. Very interesting here. For those that may not been to the game recently, Intersphere has Silver Bullet Gauss. It basically takes a Gauss round and turns it into an LB like a shotgun. Because of that nature, Silver Bolt also, because it's spread, you want to be within like 600 or closer. That way the spread doesn't get too crazy. But also a nice thing with a Silver Bullet is it doesn't ghost heat with PPCs, which is super nice. So you can, that's where you sort of seen the Silver Bullet with heavy peeps on like the heavy metal and so forth. It just works really, really nice. This is all interesting because generally we've been wanting sort of the ammo swapping, between weapons, but it looks like, again, it can't really be done per se. So what they're doing is they're locking it to the Leviathan. So this will be interesting sort of seeing its behavior versus the others. Okay, so now that we know that about the Leviathan, let's get back to basically the other variants here. 14 ballistics on the one. If we're going down to the Bane 2 here, again, all of this is the same, so I'm not going to really address the upper portion here. All the mechs have the exact same engine, top speed. They have no jump jets. The only one that is different as far as the internal is, of course, the Bane 6. Okay, so we'll address that when we get there. Next up, we have 8 ballistics. This also comes with UAC 10s and machine guns. I suspect what they'll probably do with this is it'll have some type of UAC quirk or UAC 10 specific quirk or something like that. I figure what they're going to have to do with a lot of these is give either a weapon specific. You may see some generalized as well, but they got to be really careful because, again, with the high mounts here, and if you give it any type of boost, you're probably going to be overperforming against some of the others. So I suspect that there's probably not going to be as many quirks. I could see some defensive quirks happening as far as structure or armor, something like that, crit chance reductions, so forth. But I think they have to be really careful. And it'll be interesting sort of seeing what the Cauldron comes up with as far as quirks. All right, next up to the Bane 3. This one switches it up a bit. No ballistic, no energy. It's all about the missiles. You've got basically 9 missile hardpoints. It comes with LRM 15s and an streak 4 here. What do I suspect is going to happen? Well, you have a lot of potential for a lot of missiles here. LRM 15s. When you get to the high missile count, you start looking at potentially other alternatives like SRMs, because again, you can't fill out, the Stone Rider is a good example, right? You can do LRM 120 on there, and this is going to have more missile hardpoints than that, right? And it's all left arm and right arm. So again, I think if it was distributed between the torso and stuff, you might see a lot more boating and bigger, LRM 20s, so forth. But anyways, complete missile boat. It'll be interesting seeing if they do some type of streak or, if they're going to go more just LRMs. Of course, we don't know yet. Next up, we have the 4, and this leans back into the ballistic missile combo with 1 energy. To me, when I see 1 energy and any type of missiles, I always think either ERPPC, or in this case, tag, accompanied by the missile. Ballistics here, we've got UAC 20s with ATMs. Again, it's sort of that close range burst damage as far as stock form. All right, moving on to the 6 here, and this is where it's going to be interesting. We've got packs. This is actually going to be one of the first mechs with actually the new tech equipped, which I think is actually pretty cool. But pack 2s, big old targeting comp. That's a targeting comp 7 here, by the way. And then we've got ER mediums as well. And this gives 10 ballistic and 4 energy in that right torso with ECM. I love ECM. You guys know I play a lot of ECM mechs, so this will probably be the one I'm most interested in. It gives you a little bit of ninja, faculty that you're able to move around without necessarily being locked on or seen, right? And just that little bit helps. But anyways, that Mark 7 with 10 pack 2s. Probably won't rock the pack 2s. I feel like the pack 8s feel fine, but everything else seems a little bit under. I'll wonder if we're going to get a buff to those before this mech comes out. Okay, on to the Bane 7, and this is the Hag 40 with, it's got a lot. ER mediums. This is actually swapping to the left torso energy, and this is where I suspect that this piece of geometry we see right here will either go, they'll move it over here to this torso, or maybe these piece of hard points actually contain, but I suspect they'll probably use that. So it'll look symmetrical both sides. I think that's smart from a modeling model too. It saves some time. But basically we got Hag 40s. I'll be interested to know with only 2 ballistic and 5 energy, that's a lot of energy, by the way, whether they give it some type of Hag quirk or Ghost Heat quirk, HSL, that allows them to fire 2 Hag 40s without Ghost Heat. I think if they do, this thing could become a beast. Again, you see like the Warhammer 2C with Hag 40, other mechs as well. It's actually not bad as far as if you just have those weapons, but if you're firing 4 ER mediums or even 5 ER mediums, if you replace the large pulse, throw in some more double heat sinks, I think it'll be interesting to see. All right, so here we go with the Leviathan. This is what I was talking about earlier with the modified ballistic loader. That's a piece of equipment in the head. You got UAC 20 here and that Hag. Now, remember what they said basically in that post. This will make this into basically like an AC, Intersphere AC20, I suppose, which would make it really powerful. And then this would create a silver bullet Gauss, right? So you're going to have spread. I don't know if it's going to change the optimal or anything like that, but I do know the optimal for the SB Gauss, the Intersphere, you want to be a little bit closer because as you're further away, that spread opens up and then you're not really Dune Pinpoint, right? So it's just like an LB. The closer you are, the better. As far as hard points go, we've got 2 ballistic, 4 energy, and 1 missile. I suspect that we'll see a missile quirk on this because no one's ever going to take it. Again, just tossing that out there. But yeah, this is going to be interesting because if they make it a single shot AC-20 for clan side, that's really powerful. And then of course, faster finder. To me, what also this points out is if they make this into an SB, you might be able to link it with ERP. This may be a way for them to give like an, dual ERP SB GOS or dual ERP to SB, or, I'm saying SB, but like on this particular variant, HAG, you could do like a HAG or GOS on here and it be that SB GOS material with a PEEP GOS. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's like my initial PEEP GOS love and brain goes to. It could be basically a Leviathan, with that setup. So to me, I'm super stoked about that because I like that play style. It's one of those where it's close to my heart. I still miss those days. But yeah, the Bane is coming. I did not see this coming. I would have never guessed this. I would have thought like maybe the Turkina or maybe the Devastator or something like that. But I did not see this coming. All that being said, again, total speculation on my part that it's going to be in clans on, October 3rd. But, I guess we'll sort of see, if I'm right or if I'm wrong. But it does come out November 19th, which isn't too far away, all things considering. Yeah, what do you guys think about the aesthetic? What do you think about the mech's performance right off the bat? Again, just looking at the spreadsheet, basically, I think it's going to be a good performer compared to what we also see in other 100 tonners out there. I think the high mounts are absolutely fantastic. I don't think anybody will disagree with this. I think the only negative side is that it looks like it's going to be a wide boy, very thick, those legs, those chunky legs. That'll being said, I think this thing is going to be able to bring a lot of firepower, and I'm going to take a gander, and I think it's going to sell well. Let me know in the comments. Is this something you're going to go ahead and buy? Are you going to go ahead and pick it up right now? Or are you already sold? Are you like, nope, not my thing? Are you going to be suffering as this thing tears you apart from long range? I don't know. There's a lot of options. I think Beef said he'll enjoy. I think I saw his comment said he's going to enjoy the 14 UAC 2s, and someone said, yeah, with like 2 shots, so that's it. I think you're going to see some shenanigans out there. I think people will gravitate towards this. This is a design we've never seen in a MechWarrior title outside of maybe Mech 4 Mercs or Mech 4 Mech Tech. I don't know if they had it in the packs they had, but yeah, this is that's a lot of firepower at range, and I think this is going to do well in the battlefield. But anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments. Do you like it aesthetically? It's definitely different. Again, do you hate it? Do you love it? It's not a normal look for BattleTech as far as the mechs, but I sort of dig it. Yeah, anyways, let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Until next time, peace.